All right, guys, from what I understand, I am now live. Let's hope that it is going on. All right, if you would like to ask me any questions, you can ask me on the group chat in Google Plus. You need to join in on the Google Hangout that we're doing right now. I don't think I can see it on the YouTube comments. I had to delete the other thing and try out a different style. Let me see if anyone is on right now on Google Plus. Just leave me a message, or you could start out with the questions. All right, guys, from what I understand, I'm now live. Let's hope that it is. Just want to make sure if you guys are checking out the video and you would like to comment on it, it's on a Google Plus page. Not very sure which Google Plus it is. It's on a streaming or Hangout. I put it on up as an event. you can come in and just ask me any question that you're looking to ask me, or you can join the stream on your own webcam or microphone and go ahead and ask me any question. Also, double check on the YouTube video, leave your size and just in a comment, and make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. For the giveaway, I will be giving out 2 gloves, a Freccia glove and a pair of Nike gloves. Looks like I found the comment page. You can totally just comment on the YouTube page. I'll be looking at it and looking at some of your questions and being able to answer them. The first one I'm looking at is by Mr. Fabiso. Have you made a video for sidesteps? I have not, but that's an awesome idea. Sidestepping is one of the hugest things. It's a lot about shuffling. It covers mostly shuffling. I would definitely make a video on this. I think that's an awesome suggestion. Face cam? No, I don't actually have a webcam on me. I haven't ever invested in a webcam. It's been a while. I have a AT20 USB microphone that I'm using right now. Hey, Monkey Rage. Hey, what's up with Christopher?
Looks like I found the comment page. You can totally just comment.
Yeah, that's me. All right. What's up, Alex? Thanks for checking out the videos. Thanks for leaving your size. I'm glad that they're helping you out. Hey Tommy, thank you for watching the videos and thank you for leaving the comment. Make sure to leave your glove size so I can know if you do in fact win the glove giveaway. Favorite glove by Luke Garrett. Hard choice. I keep on getting great new gloves. I'm going to say it's definitely the Viper Recon. I have a hard time choosing between the Viper Recon Reverse and the Viper Recon itself. I like the look on the Viper Recon. I typically don't really like reverse or negative cut gloves. I like roll cuts more, but the reverse changed my mind. I was able to hold soccer balls a lot more, and it just felt really cool. But I also really love the Viper Recon. It's an awesome cut. Also, it's a mix. It's a hybrid cut between a roll and a reverse. So it's a little bit of both of the best of the both worlds. So I guess I might end up going for Viper Recon, but that can end up changing in a week or so. I'm gonna get a bunch of new gloves soon. Yeah, I totally see this, 100th. I see your comment. My favorite thing to do other than soccer and football? That's a great question. Very hard question. I have a lot of other hobbies. I fish. I'm a nerd. I play a lot of computer games, LOL, anything I can get my hands on. I play a lot of computer games, and then I just really like to be outside. So it's a hard choice for me. I also love music. Probably in the end, it's going to be music, and then fishing, and then being competitive. I'm a competitive guy. Anything I can be competitive in is what I like to do. Least favorite top class glove. Oh, that's a great question, Jake. It's gonna be lately the Puma, but I've had a lot of expensive gloves, and I'm thinking Lenzera or some of the older Reusch gloves that I've used, where I spent close to $200 and not had a glove last longer than a week with an intense tear. It's actually why I started the channel, because I was buying expensive gloves and they were tearing right away, and I was making a small list of gloves that I should always buy, and I decided just share it on YouTube. How many broken bones have I had by Danny? Danny, that's a great question. I've had about 3. I have 1 broken bone in my finger, 1 broken bone or 2 broken bones in my toe, or 1 in my toe, and then 1 in the metacarpal, which is just under it. Awesome. Thank you for commenting, Farmer Mildred. Adidas Predator Classic Pro. I have seen it. The glove looks awesome. It looks a lot like the typical Predator Pro Zone, just black. If I can't get my hands on it, I would get my hands on it in a heartbeat, but I don't have that much of a budget to open up 4 more Adidas gloves. If I was going to go out and buy a new pair of gloves, it's probably going to be a Reusch or Old Sport, or a pair that a lot of people have been asking for that I haven't been able to review yet. What should you do for bruised ribs? 7 games in the next 6 days. That's intense. That's probably one of the reasons why you have bruised ribs. The first thing is compression. Rest, of course, when you can. Put some ice on it, and when you're going to play, you got to get some compression. You got to get some type of padding on it. You better get bandaged up, because it's only going to get worse. A bruise is just a weak area, and if you're going to have so many games, you're going to land on them again. So you need to make sure you have good padding to protect yourself. Alex, you're going through a difficult slump. I just dealt with this with one of my goalkeepers. Slumps are a normal thing in goalkeeping. We are a roller coaster pretty much. Sometimes we go all the way up, sometimes we go all the way down. It counts on you, and it counts on how dedicated you are. We're all going to let in these goals, and you're all going to have to find your own way and find your own silver lining in every goal. My own thing is finding the good that I did in the wrong. So when a goal comes in, I try to remember the one good thing that I did to set myself up, and then the one bad thing that I did that led to the goal. I think about it, I say, what can I fix on it, and then I forget the goal, and then I just try to remember what I'm trying to work on. The main things. If I didn't shuffle, or if you guys saw my last video, it was a positioning error that I gave up. I ended up being too close to a post, so I'm paying attention much more to looking over my shoulder and picking out my position and making sure that I'm not too close to a post. I've almost completely forgot about that goal. It's just something you have to do over time. It's a slump is a slump. Just tell yourself you're gonna get over it. Favorite movie? Ooh, that's hard. I don't know. Probably Nightmare Before Christmas right now? Maybe. I don't know. Role model growing up. My role model, Callum, was always soccer players, and actually my coaches. The people who taught me, who spent the time to train with me, who went out for free and took me out training. Those guys always ended up being my role model, and they were great role models. So always look towards your coaches, especially if they're good coaches that care about you. They're great role models. Where Am I From by Andre. Andre, I'm from Florida. My family is from Colombia, so let's say I'm a Colombian American. Jose, thank you for being a fan, and thanks for commenting. Hugo, thank you for the comment. A full match. Yeah, I mean, the issue is, a full match, even if I speed it up, will last maybe a 20-minute video, and I don't think anyone wants to see me go through that. So I try to pick out the best moments, like the most adrenaline-filled packed moments, and then let you see what you can from the most. I know a lot of keepers want to see how I deal with the situation for 90 minutes and stay focused on 90 minutes. I'll see if I can make a longer video that might cover that, or break it into installments and try to show you guys how to stay focused for a full 90 minutes. Happy birthday, Jake. Thank you for the comment. How do I deal with team members who blame me for goals going in? This is a really good question, because everyone deals with it. Everyone's going to have a goalkeeper. If it's not a goalkeeper, it's going to be a parent. If it's not a parent, it's going to be a player. If it's not a player, it's going to be a friend. Someone is going to say something negative about you in goal. Someone's going to say you suck. Someone's going to say you're a bad goalkeeper. That's just goalkeeping. You're going to hear that at every turn. I don't know how many times I've heard how terrible I am of a goalkeeper after even still making a great save. It's just something you got to deal with. In goalkeeping, what I do when I hear that, first, I know they're saying it so I can hear it. I know they want me to get riled up and react. So I look at them and I put up my palm. Talk to the hand, that's it. I do not waste my time to talk to someone who's trying to bring me down. Now, that's very different from someone who's saying, you're bad, but you can improve by doing this. Sometimes if you're bad, you need to hear it. You need to hear some tough love, but as long as they follow that up with good constructive criticism, and they construct and they build you, they're trying to work you to the better, that's when you listen. But if they're not looking to bring you up, and they're not giving you an answer or giving you a question or anything from the right place, of a place that's really just trying to help you, then don't waste your time thinking about it. Don't waste your time answering it. Wait 1 second. Lots of answers, questions. How do you improve on your kicking? One, check out my video. If that doesn't help out, just go out and kick a bunch of times. Do squats, do a lot of leg work, and just work on your legs. It's just technique. Kicking is not how hard you can swing your leg. It's the right technique. It's just bringing your leg and running through the soccer ball. Just working on getting the right technique down. That will help you so much more than working on lifting weights. How do you run faster, John Grant? Well, pretty much the same thing. There's a very good technique for running. You need to learn how to pick up your knees and drive it straight. That has a lot to do with agility coaching. I'm not an agility coach, but I have watched a few. I will be actually helping an agility coach make a YouTube video sometime soon. But you want to work on bringing your knees forward and throwing your chest forward. It's a very strong technique of keeping your body straight up, keeping your arms forward, and bringing your knees up. The other thing is just, again, running, getting fit, and making sure you're working on resistance training, maybe running with a parachute on, or running with someone trying to hold you back. It's just working on making that big initial push a big, strong one, an explosive push. College tryouts by Andrew Vasquez. Your college tryouts are tomorrow. Any last-minute catching drills I can recommend? Nothing more than just working on getting your W formation down. I personally only use the W formation, but I know people that use a diamond formation, and it works just fine. Just focus on getting your W on the ball, collected, just calmly collect the soccer ball in your hands, and just watch the ball going into your hands. If you have someone that can just drop kick the ball straight into your hands, just do that for 30, 40 minutes. That will help you so much in catching. Hugo, no problem, man. How do you ask a question? You just asked one, Shivam. Jake, how do you deal with teammates blaming you for goals? What I said before, same thing goes. If it's constructive criticism, you listen. If they're just mad at you, sometimes people are going to get mad at you, and they're going to say mean things, venomous things for no reason, just to hurt your feelings, because people just want to hurt your feelings when they're mad. You put your hand up, you let them see the palm, and that's it. You don't answer, you don't waste any energy on anyone that's trying to bring you down. If someone's trying to help you, that's when you stop and listen. If they're not trying to help you, if they're just saying mean things, then you forget about it. Favorite goalkeeper of all times? That's another. I love Iker. I love Iker Casillas. Iker Casillas El Santo is the guy who made it, made it in. So I'm probably going to say Iker Casillas. He's going through his slump, or he's just out of his slump. But, man, when he was there, and he still made some of the most gorgeous saves you'll ever see. My opinion on the Nike VG3, Maxim. Sorry if I butcher your names. I'm not the best name reader. Um, my opinion on the VG3, I haven't used it since I was playing in Plantation, playing back in my travel teams. I'll tell you that I loved them when I used them back then. My keeper coach used them, so they were the big gloves back then. Haven't used them since then, so I do want to get my hands on them. I'm sure they're a good glove. I'm not sure how great they are right now. I love you too, Hugo. No problem, Alex. What's up, Filio? What types of gloves am I giving away, Shavam? I am giving away a Nike GK Classic and a pair of Freccias. Tips for a tryout. Make sure you don't put your hands on your head, you don't put your hands on your hips, and you stay in keeper ready position. Goalkeepers, everything is all about the image you convey, especially in a tryout. When I'm in a tryout and I see a goalkeeper flat-footed with his hands on his head or his hands on his hips, he's showing me he doesn't care. He's in a tryout and he's not even in keeper-ready position. I don't even care if the ball's nowhere near him. I want the keeper to show me dedication and that he wants to be on the team. Most coaches are looking for someone that's dedicated because most goalkeepers need and will always need fundamental training. Lots of questions. Lots of questions. Give me a second, guys. The manager just gave you an armband, and I don't know how to deal with the pressure of being team leader. Do you have any tips? Connor, great question. First of all, you are a team leader whether or not you have the armband, for one reason and one reason only. You see everything on the field. When you're a different player, when you're on defense, you do not see the full field. When you're on midfield, there's a whole other side of the field that's to your back. The only person that sees everything is the goalkeeper. By that means that you need to be talking and you need to be leading your defense. Whether or not he gives you the armband should not mean anything. You should feel as if you're a leader from the get-go. Now, when you want to deal with players and how to not be conveyed as a weak leader and you don't want players to take advantage of you, the main thing is this. You don't repeat yourself. And you don't be scared to take it to the coach. The coach is the ultimate letter. You are literally the word of the coach or word of God. If you say try out or work out right now, we're doing 10 squats, they do 10 squats. If they don't listen, then you go tell your coach, hey, this guy doesn't want to listen. The coach gave you the ability to lead, so then the coach makes the decision whether or not he's going to punish the player. It just goes like that. You are already the leader. Thank you, Monkey Rage. How tall are you? I am 5'10", so that means I'm only 3 inches taller than you. All it is about positioning and getting your ups. Favorite pair of gloves? I had a realization about it earlier. I'm going to get this question a lot more, but I've come to decide that it's probably the Viper Recon. As of now, this is probably going to change in any time because I get new gloves every few weeks. Lewis Skinner, a new goalkeeper, has come along to my team's training recently. How do I compete with him and stay as first choice? That's a great question. This is huge in goalkeeping because I personally, as a coach, always want a second goalkeeper that's keeping my first goalkeeper on his toes. I also want to give the second goalkeeper time. So it makes sure that we want to get competition. The main thing, make sure that second goalkeeper is your buddy. You want to actually make a good relationship with your second team goalkeeper. You guys are going to push each other out, and you're guys going to push each other to better standards. When you have another goalkeeper that can make you better, you can make him better, and he can make you better. So you need to be close with that other goalkeeper, close and competitive. My roommate for college was the other goalkeeper. We were great friends, and on top of that, we were even more competitive. Jose, how could I improve my saves when it comes to high balls? Bringing your knee up. It's all about bringing your body up and bringing your knees up. Make sure that you put the inertia all the way up of your body, swing that knee up, and just feel your body go up. Bring your hands up and watch the ball go into your hands. Never take your eyes off the ball. How do I deal with sweaty teams? I honestly don't know how to answer this question. I don't know if it's a some type of slang. If it's just sweaty teams, they smell bad. I've sweat more than anybody else on the field, so I've never really had that issue. If anything, I slide off of them. Sweaty teams smell, push them away. Don't get caught. Thank you, FIFA Banter Gaming. How do I stop landing on your palms? That just comes with practice. Make sure that you're stretching your arms out completely and that you're putting out your side. You should be sliding on the side of your gloves, and then when you push up, you should push up with your knuckles. Am I in college? Danny12. Yes, I am in college. I have watched collegiate soccer. I do watch a lot of collegiate soccer whenever I can get the chance. I watch any soccer possible. MLS, European soccer, soccer outside. If I see a soccer field and I'm driving by it and I see a game, I'll stop and probably watch the keepers. Tips for young keepers other than watch my basic foundation goalkeeping. Don't let anyone bring you down. It's so normal to get great goalkeepers not wanting to be great goalkeepers because they heard someone say some mean, terrible things about them. And don't let anyone think that goalkeeping is not the position for the most athletic players, because the best players I have in field also want to be goalkeepers. Finis or Fin O's, you asked a question. That's how you ask a question. Goalkeeper diet. You want protein diet much more. You need to pay attention to your doctors. They're gonna tell you, your parents and your doctors are looking for your health. You need to look at what they're saying and listen to what they're doing. Veggies, of course, high protein. Don't only eat meat, but look at pastas and other things. How do I improve my accuracy when making a long pass? Other than repetition, soccer golf. Soccer golf is where you set up 4 cones or you set up little holes, and then you play this game where you try to kick the soccer ball into the cones or into the hole, and you count down how many kicks it takes you to actually get it into the center. It's easy. Just take the rules of golf and apply it to a soccer game. Shivam, thank you for your size. Paige, Gattafoni, when did I start goalkeeping? I've been playing soccer my whole life. So ever since I first couldn't remember, I've been playing soccer. But I started goalkeeping seriously at about 16 years old for my high school team. I saw that I was actually a striker before, and I saw that all the kids were trying out for strikers, and I knew a lot of them were better than me. So I thought, I'll go for the thing that all the fat kids are trying out for, and it was goalkeeper. And the next thing I knew, I was the goalkeeper. But I was terrible. I was absolutely terrible when I first started. Can I become a keeper for Andrew Walters? Can I become a keeper for an 11-side team? I'm quite good. Thank you, Andrew. Height is not an issue. Don't let that already be like. There is no such thing. No one is standing in front of the goal with "you must be this tall" sign. No one, absolutely no one. If you can get your corners, if you can make the saves, you say you're good in a tournament. That's all you need, man. You don't need anyone else to tell you that whether or not your height is ready to go. Just make sure you got your positioning, and most shots are going to come right at you. Grant Jackson, you have a question? I'd love to hear it. The Filio, third choice in goal. Although the substitute teacher is out for 2 months, the keeper is also our captain. So it's extremely hard to get into the first team. Now, this is a really good question. It's always been hard for me because I've always been the first-string goalkeeper, and it caused 1 or 2 of my second-string goalkeepers to end up leaving. This comes down to you and your parents and your coach. If you're thinking about this, I think you should sit down with your coach and say, hey, I really want to play for your team, but it looks like the position is set, and he might even be able to find you another team, or he might be able to find you a B-side or another tournament team that you can start playing with. The main thing is just being open with your coach and letting them know you're feeling this, and being open with your parents, because your parents can make that decision for you and help you make that decision. My favorite goalie moment, Hugo. My favorite goalie moment was, it was probably my first PK save in high school. No one expected me to save it. It was against the number 10 on the other team, and I was just put up there kind of like a joke. And I made my first real flying reaction save moment. The number 10 wasn't even, he couldn't believe it. None of my players could believe it. Even though the penalty meant nothing, it was more of it was a friendly penalty game that we had with our final game for our final game. I remember the team rushing onto the field and lifting me up because I made my first real save, and that was an awesome moment. I still remember that, and maybe that's the moment where I decided that's what I wanted to do. Alex from Greece, and you love my channel. Thank you very much. For high shots, what can you improve for jumping skills? So I want you to check out my latest video on the goalkeeper training playlist. That video has this jumping drill at the beginning where I'm just jumping and doing lunges, and then I'm doing a one-footed jump. All those, if you work on that, will get your one-footed jump and get your high jump for your upper 90, and just for upper 90 balls, and just jumping up there and getting up in the air for crosses. It'll help you out a lot for that. Best affordable glove brand. Every glove brand now that I'm reviewing is being very affordable, great gloves. It now comes down to preference. I love West Coast Goalkeeping. Now, when I say I love West Coast Goalkeeping, it's because I love them. They came out to me, they sent me one of their best pairs of gloves, and it's a super cheap, durable glove. If you have the chance to use them, I highly recommend them. Then there's Freccia, the One Glove, Aviata, all of those great glove companies. They're all going to be super durable. It now comes down to what you like in a pair of gloves, and each and every glove is going to have a different feel and different fit. When do I know, Dylan Lim says, when do I know how to come out and punch a ball on a corner kick? All right, Dylan, this is something that you're going to have to decide for yourself. I personally come out when I do not think I'm going to catch the soccer ball, or that there are too many people coming towards me, and I would rather clear the ball away. That's the only time. It cannot be made anything else than it's a situational decision. You got to look at the situation around you. If you feel like you can't control that soccer ball, that's when you punch the ball. Rodrigo, thank you for the comment. Recommend gloves for a 13-year-old. Any glove that is affordable to you and that fits your preference. Joel Puma, that was to Joel. David Petrushev, and you're 15, you played winter, U19 indoor, very good. The coach asked me to play there again, but I don't know if I should stay, but I love the competition. I would say stay, man. That's huge. Playing up is a huge thing. You're going to learn great things. You're going to be able to play and block soccer balls from a much higher caliber, and you're going to understand what smarter players who have had more years to try out different moves on goalkeepers are going to try out on you. There's only positive things coming from this. You're going to grow faster and you're going to learn quicker. So I'd say stay in it. Deeran R, you're amazing. Thank you very much, my man. Ishin, do you have any arm injuries like fractures or anything? I don't think I've had any fractures. I had in high school, I got stepped on in my nerve on my elbow, and I wasn't able to use my arm for a whole game. And then I do have probably tendonitis in my rotator cuff. I messed up my rotator cuff a few months back. I don't know if you guys remember. I wasn't able to upload for like 3 months. Yeah, other than that, nothing too serious. Just your typical step marks and so on. Ryan asked me, how do you get nervous before a match? You don't get nervous. You'll always be nervous. Soccer is a nervous game. When you're competing, you're nervous. The most important thing to do to deal with it is just make being nervous comfortable. All right, that means playing as many games as you can, getting and making sure that nervous zone is you're in your comfort zone, because you're going to get nervous before every single game. I was at my my goalkeeper's, the kid I've been training for the past year, his final today, and I was nervous just watching him in goal. It's just something that you're always going to be nervous. Any tips on dealing with asthma by Tommy Lee? No, I do not have asthma. I do recommend you talk to a doctor. I'm sure they have a lot of great tips. I'd say keep your pacifier near you. I don't know if that's what it's called. I know very very little about asthma. I do know that it's possible to be played with, and I know that a kid in college can play with it. So I don't know very much else, and I wouldn't take much health tips from me. I'm not a doctor. Connor Holt, have you ever scored while playing in goal? No, I have not, but I did get subbed out and then scored a goal, megging the goalkeeper. But that was in rec, and that was way back when. But I still remember that. That was awesome. Diet for young goalkeepers. Again, I'm not a doctor. I would recommend look up anything that is a diet for a young growing boy or a young growing man or a young growing girl. You need to make sure your muscles are growing on top of everything. It isn't it's making sure you're getting everything, not just your proteins, not just your carbs. It's everything because you're all growing. Not only is your body growing, but your mind and all the connections that is going on in your mind is still being made. Reese Dillon, what is the best type of grip? Uh, I personally think right now the best grip on the market is still contact latex. You're going to see contact latex on all top-notch latex gloves. Now, the next thing is probably going to be followed by Supreme Latex because I love the West Coast Supreme Latex. Ali Al-Halaji, is it hard? I don't know. Sorry about the comment about how to ask it. Nah, no worries, Shivam. It was just a joke. Cameron Lindy, what tip would you give a goalkeeper struggling with confidence? Get out there and just play, man. It's a fun game. It's supposed to be a game. No one, I mean, literally like 0.01% of us are going to become professionals. None of us are professionals, or very little of us are professionals. You're out there to get better. You're out there to grow as a person and grow as a player. Go out there and have fun first, and then let everything else come. Comfort comes with practice, and practice comes with time. So just keep it up. Grant Jackson, Alberta. How do you become a captain? You got to get in the. You got to show it to your coach. You got to be mature, and you got to be a leader on your team. Maxim Buka says, how does Adidas feel on your hands and their grip? I like Adidas gloves. I'm an Adidas fanboy. Typically, Adidas doesn't use the best latex. They use something comparable with a Mega Grip latex, which isn't bad, but it isn't amazing. That's why you're going to find Adidas gloves do have a lot of cracking and tearing, because that's a lot what Mega Latex does. Ishan Banderi, I am 22 years old. Shivam, what do I do if people make fun of me because I'm a keeper and they say it's easy? The people that make fun of me are typically people I don't need to waste my time with. It's been a while since anyone's kind of made fun of me for playing the keeper position, probably because at the higher level, once you start growing and getting older, good goalkeepers are very hard to come by, especially ones that know what they're doing. So the goalkeeper is actually very well treated at the older ages. But at the younger ages, you're very mistreated, and that's where you're getting this. The people that say that to you are not people you should be even paying attention to, or wasting your energy on answering. You should be focusing on training or focusing on the next shot, but not someone who's wasting their time trying to get you to feel bad about your position. What is the best cheap GK gloves? I do like West Coast Goalkeeping. I am reviewing my lowest price pair of gloves yet. It's from Freccia. It's the Spectra. It's a training pair of gloves. I haven't started the review yet, but I will be starting it soon. Again, it's $35. I don't know how much that is in British pounds, but it's probably a little under 20 British pounds. And they do seem to be good for their price as a cheap pair of GK gloves or goalkeeping gloves. Grant Jackson, what is your favorite club and team? Hard question. I love all soccer. I love every single game, and I don't really like to take favorites. I do love Barcelona. I'm not sure so much where they're taking the team this year. I don't really like Suarez, so I don't really like that they got him, but he's a good player. I do love Dortmund. I love Bayern. I love Pep Guardiola. I also love watching MLS. The Timbers are my team here, and also Orlando City once Orlando City jumps onto the MLS side. Gerard, I love playing goal, but my knees are bringing me down. How can I resolve it? I need to understand a little bit more what you mean by are your knees are what are they doing? How are they bringing you down? I would say that you need to be bouncing a little bit higher up on your toes. Imagine just being on the balls of your feet and bouncing up and down from there. Tips on penalties? Yeah. Watch the ball and react. Don't talk to yourself and stop. Uh, I had a goalkeeper today. My goalkeeper, he ended up winning in the finals on penalties, but he was guessing. He was over committing, over guessing. Let your body do what you've been trained to do. Your body is trained to do one thing: react to a soccer ball and make the save. If the penalty kick isn't perfect, you're going to be able to react and make the save. So just wait, react, and make the save. That's what I tell my goalkeepers. Atrax Hernandez. How do I have a problem when they shoot the ball down? How do I fix that? Um, I'm gonna need a little more of a explanation on that. Hugo, to improve on diving, I would recommend watching my latest How to Dive and Get Over Your Weak Side video. That's probably my favorite drill to work on getting over your weak side and getting over your dive issues. Best glove company. I've loved them since the first day I've used them. West Coast GK. I've always loved West Coast GK. Definitely still followed by a lot of great goal companies like Aviata, Freccia. The One Glove is awesome. They get great gloves. If you guys are out in the UK, you can totally look at getting the One Glove. Warby GK is an also amazing glove company. The guys who work at Warby GK, really nice, awesome guys with a great story behind them. Then we have Calma GK, which is making a great, durable, and sustainable glove for everybody. Really, there's just amazing amounts of glove companies. I can't even believe I forgot Gometa GK. And that's just a few that can come off my head. And KLA is also they're up in Norway, or I believe, and they're just all great companies making amazing gloves for under $100. And it really just comes down to what glove company do you like, which one's closest to you, and what glove do you like. They're all going to be great. In a high ball save, is there any time you do not put your knee up? No, you want to bring up your knee to always protect your body. It also lets you get up higher. And the I've seen goalkeepers do it. That's just bad technique, or that they feel confident enough that they don't need to bring up your knee. If you want to be technically correct, you bring up your knee every time. Graham Purcell, I'm my team's only goalkeeper, and I found my form slipping lately in games. How do you find your form when you notice it becoming subpar? The first thing is noticing it, and that's huge for yourself. You need to be able to hold on to the bar and the standard that you set for yourself. I would recommend taping yourself. I found that making myself better has been completely surrounded by me watching myself play. Once I can see myself play and see what I'm doing wrong, it becomes a lot easier to work on my steps and work on what I need to work on to actually improve. So I'd say tape yourself and then just go out to train. Let the coach know that you're not liking where you are, and ask them if you can get some more training, if you can get some more one-on-one time, or you can get some more drills that focus on you. Jesse Aguero, I used to play FIFA. I don't have an Xbox anymore, so I used to. The game would make me tear my hair out though, so it's probably for the best that I don't. Peter 72 69 I. What age did I decide to become a goalkeeper? I started at 16. I started goalkeeping seriously at 16. What are all my opinions on glove cuts? And well, my opinion is always evolving and changing, of course, and so is my favorite glove and so on. I still love the roll finger cut. I think the roll finger cut is the best cut out there. It's a super well supported cut. I do like the negative cut. It's coming into a close second. And then, of course, the last one is going to be the flat cut. I've never liked flat cut. It's too wide, it's too loose, and I have skinny wrists and skinny fingers, so it's always been a slidey and loose fit for me. So I've never really liked flat cuts, but I have had some styles of flat cuts that have worked very well, like the flat expanse cut on some of the Aviatos and the one on the Gometto, which was very, very well done. Who do I think should start in goal for Chelsea, Czech or Courtois? By Matt Barron. That's a really good question because I love them both. Czech is an amazing goalkeeper, and not only is an amazing goalkeeper, he's technically correct, and he puts a lot of his thought into it. He's one of the goalkeepers that you can watch and say, that guy's really, really smart. And Courtois on the other side is a very young goalkeeper that deserves to be starting. He's played great for Atletico Madrid. I wish Atletico was able to buy him and take him away from Jose Mourinho, but that's just because I don't really like Mourinho that much. Between the two, I'd say Courtois because Courtois has got a future and Courtois has got a huge future. I cannot wait to see how he's going to challenge Manuel Neuer to make Manuel Neuer better. But at the same time, I see Czech, and I would love to continue to see him play, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is his last season on. Best cheap GK gloves. I did answer this question before, but I am reviewing the Spectra right now by Freccia. That's my cheapest pair of gloves that I've reviewed yet. They're about $35. Other than that, I'd say check out some of the other gloves that I've reviewed. They're all relatively affordable. Luis Navarrete. Can you play any other position than goalkeeper? I want to say yes, but I believe every goalkeeper thinks that they can play a different position and they try to play in the field. I can play a different position for a few minutes and then I'll be very tired. I do not have the same type of stamina a field player has that a field player might need in goal. Goal stamina is explosive. You need to be able to be explosive and just continue going. Field players, they're much more long endurance, and they also mix in the explosiveness. But if I could, I'd probably be some type of holding mid. Should you pre-dive? No. Can you speak in Spanish? Sí, yo puedo hablar en español, pero yo hablo como un gringo y me salen muchos problemas con la gramática y todos los el, los y las, y a veces termino mis palabras con una A cuando de terminar con una E. So, trato mucho a hablar en inglés porque mi inglés es mucho mejor de mi español que mi español, si no notas. Can you deliver the gloves to Kuwait? Yeah, sure, why not? It's just going to take a lot longer. How should you start goalkeeping, as in where and how to start? Find your local field and get some people to start shooting at you. Nothing else than that. Just get the closest person to start shooting at you, go out every single day, enjoy it. Hectic Eva, what is your favorite cut on gloves? Roll finger cut all the way. How do you feel about playing Sweeper Keeper? I've been playing Sweeper Keeper for a very long time. I believe Sweeper Keeper is the new face of modern goalkeeping, and you're going to find a lot of more agile goalkeepers that are going to be shorter than Manuel Neuer, and they're going to be able to play very well by feet. I think we're moving to the level now that we need our goalkeepers to be very, very good at their feet and distribution, not only with their feet, but able to make a quick dribble and tie off the pass. So you see that with Manuel Neuer, his distribution by hand and by foot is second to none. Do I think Casillas' performance at the World Cup was due to lack of playing time? No, I don't actually. I feel like he had just finished the Euro Cup winning with Madrid, I believe, and he did relatively well then. I think it's a culmination of lots of people saying he's being replaced by Diego Lopez, not understanding just how good competition can go. Also, it's he was used to be the number one. He never had competition, and that could have been a huge blow on his confidence that brought him down. Having another goalkeeper come, and he's also coming back from a terrible injury. Broken hands are not something small to come by. I believe that's what he's coming or what he came back from. So it's a mix of things, but not everyone can have a perfect clean sheet or a perfect career. And Iker sadly had to get his big thrashing at the World Cup. Cheers, Philio. What's the most goals I've let in a game? I think 8. I think yeah, it was about 8. It was about 8-0 or something. Terrible. Worst goal conceded. High school game, first home game, and it's up against my travel team's coach's team. It's Taravella High School versus Coral Glades, and I set up my wall, and this guy takes the shot, and it's one of those shots that go up and then shoot straight back down. And I called away on the ball, and the ball dropped and actually hit my head, like literally hit the top of my head, and then bounced into the roof of the goal. And all the girls and all like everyone was out there today that day, and I just remember everyone laughing at me, all high school laughing at me. And then the next day, even the girl that like the cute girl in class was like, "You suck." I was like, "Nice." It was good. I still remember that. It was painful, but we've all got the stories. Uh, Paige asked me, Did you play any other sports growing up?" Yeah, I played baseball. It was terrible. I hated it. I was an athletic kid. I liked dodgeball a lot. I liked to be outside and played some things outside, and then I played a lot inside. So nothing as serious as soccer was. Have I ever scored? Ever since I joined a travel team, no, like 16 and up when I was playing at much more advanced soccer and in college and stuff. No, no, no. I never even got near scoring. When I played in rec and when I play in amateur and when I go and mess around with people, I score often. But that's nothing near the actual true level of advanced soccer. Is it possible to deal with a 2-on-1 situation where the striker passes to the other one in front of goal? Yeah, the best thing you can do is not force the save. You are not going to win in a 2v1. The 2v1, you are automatically going to lose. The best thing you can do is stalk the striker that does have the soccer ball and slow him down as much as possible. Make it so he can't shoot and so that he can't pass. Once he makes the pass, you try to stalk the other striker and make it so that he can't shoot and that he can't pass. The main idea is the goalkeeper is slowing down the play for your defense to come back, mark the other man, and then another defender to jump into goal, or to tell you that he's got the man so you can jump back into goal. The main thing in a 2v1 situation like that is slowing down the attack pace and making sure that they can't get a good shot on goal. Graham, thank you for the comment. I have the Filio. I have not had just for keeper gloves. I know they're cheap, but I try to get them to send me some for review, and they said that they would sponsor me by making me buy a glove and sending me a free pair. Not something I really was looking for, and they're also about 60 to $80, and most of them use super soft latex. I personally do not like expensive gloves for super soft latex. Super soft latex can be good, like I've said in all my other videos, but it's normally the lower end of the professional models. So I don't really like spending $80 on a super soft latex pair when I know I can go to West Coast and get a $60 Supreme latex pair. Alexander, can you do a video in Sakai Meta? Are you asking me about a goal kick? I believe I have some videos on goal kicks, but I will be making another one working on it. Connor, I have just answered the Just for Keepers question. I have used them, but I have not reviewed them. Lewis Latham, you're a short goalkeeper. What would you recommend you work on? Positioning, leg work, but mostly positioning. You're not that short, but you want to make sure that all the shots that do come will be coming straight down the middle. How do you adjust to another team by 7-7 dudette? Great question. You just talk to them, find out who your defensive line is, make sure that you can know every single one of them by name, and that you do well. In practice, you just do what you're needing to do. Don't get caught and don't get in trouble with your coach, and just take your time. All right, Samuel, I'm reading your thing right now. Well, Samuel, this is a thing that's normal in American soccer, and it's teams that don't want to do well or have or think that the main thing is the cleats or gloves you buy or the clothes you wear. It's all about dedication and practice. If you go out and practice every single day and really give it 110%, you're going to get that confidence. And the confidence comes with just making a save after save after save. I only feel confident in goal because the week before I spent 5 out of 7 days practicing in goal. If someone can't make a goal on me in practice, I know they can't make a goal on me in game. Because in a game, it's a completely harder shot, and there's defenders trying to stop them. There's people watching. It's much harder. So if you can block a shot in practice, you can stop any shot in game. 100th. Do I play Minecraft? No, I do not. My Danny pacifier. Yeah. Yeah. Sandra Diaz, you buy the gloves where? Most gloves are sent to me. Gloves from KLA, the One Glove, Aviata, West Coast GK. Those are sent to me. Sometimes I do buy gloves. Those are normally like the Adidas gloves and the Nike gloves and Sport. I am trying to get some type of sponsorship through them. It's a lot harder because although I am at 25,000, 25,000 isn't that huge yet. So I am still working on my way there. You guys could totally help out if you know anybody that works at Nike, or you can tweet them or something and say, hey, send them gloves or send them something to review. That'd be awesome. All right. Hawk, you're a short goalkeeper, and you struggle at times with high dives. I would advise you to check out my high dive video. Also work on squats and just working on jumping and bringing your knees to your chest. Work on bringing your knees to your chest. You're going to get a much higher jump. Alexander Rodriguez, how do I goal kick? Kick the ball and make sure you watch my goalkeeper training video on the how to goal kick. Your grip is cracked after cleaning them. Are they wrecked? MC Crimsic. I believe you had commented on this before. I forgot to answer you. I haven't caught up to a bunch of comments yet. What I'll tell you is this. They're not destroyed. It's probably just got dried out. It was left in a very dry area, and the latex dried out. The grip will still be there, but the gloves are going to tear a lot quicker. Have you ever made a mistake in a serious soccer game? Hell yes. Oh my God, yes. In my first college game against a Division I team, bear in mind I was a Division II college, we were winning 3-2, and I had been playing a very good game. I had made some great saves, and it was the last play. Ball came up. I jumped up in the air. I was shaking to catch the soccer ball. I caught it, and I no pressure, dropped the ball into the goal, and we ended up tying. UNC, no, USC Aiken, which was the North, like satellite school of the Gamecocks, and I was going to Newberry College at the time, which was a much smaller school, and we tied a Division I team, which was huge, but we literally only tied because I dropped the ball into the goal. So I cried like a little girl that night. It was terrible. Payam Rahimi. Sorry if I mess up your name again. How do you roll around after a dive? I mean, I just don't roll. It's not really good technique. It's the rollout is much more for high balls. Like if you're landing and you just want to take a bite off of it. Pretty much you just hit your shoulder on the ground and then you just spin your chest really quickly. I don't know how else to explain it. If I wasn't doing YouTube or goalie, what would I be doing? Probably finishing up at school at the same time. And this is a great question. No idea. Try to come up with a business or something. Probably do something different through YouTube or no idea, man. I see myself only in soccer. It's the career I want to go. I love coaching. I love soccer, and I love learning about it. It's amazing, and I love helping you guys. uh, Eden gaming project. I had that happen often, but I was a striker first, and then I moved over to goalkeeper. And I had played at the position, and I knew at the higher levels I didn't have, or I didn't think I had what it takes. Now I think a little differently, but that's because I'm a goalkeeper and I might have too much confidence. But yeah, I thought personally that I liked goalkeeping better, but a goalkeeper can honestly play any position. And when you go into college, your college coach is going to tell you, other than the goalkeepers, he's going to tell anyone that they're playing any position that they tell them they play. Hugo, check out my video on how to my goalkeeper mentality. You want to check out the flush method, where you flush your mistakes. Finn, will I ever go professional? Have I been close? No, I've never been really close. I've tried out for the New York Cosmos as of last year. I thought I did pretty well, but the coaches saw some things that they didn't like. I played for some men's teams, but nothing near the professional level. I would love to play there. I would love to play at the professional level and impress enough people to do it, but that comes in time. Give me 1 second, guys. Daniel Brion's, is it difficult to enter into an MLS team? Oh yes, most definitely. Maybe not for the players that are still in the college racket or playing in the NCAA that allows them to go straight into the draft. I don't have that much accolades behind my name. I don't have that many accomplishments behind my name as a goalkeeper. So it's very hard for a coach to see me just at face value and go, oh man, that guy's a great goalkeeper. Because even if I had one great game, there are other goalkeepers at my level and at my age that have had great seasons, great shutout seasons that I can't compare to on paper. And those guys are still having a hard time getting into the MLS, so you can assume how hard it is for me. I have looked 11 Cakes 11. I have looked at Gold Tea from Colombia. I'm going to send them another email. I would love to help out some more fellow Colombians. Penalty thoughts: how to decide on which way to go for Tom Booker. Tom, it counts on what age group you are. For most age groups, unless you're in like 16 and up, the kids are going to be just shooting and you can react. Most shots you can react on in penalty levels. At the higher level, you want to pick a side. Maybe I still like to react. I just focus on the soccer ball and let my body do the rest of the work. Insuffusion, tips on committing to a save. Yeah, I mean, you just got to dive. If you think you got to dive, if you think, hey, maybe I need to dive, then dive. There's no reason to just not dive. Just go commit for every single save. If it's near the post, if it's still near and going out, you want to cover that angle. 100th, who's got the best deals in this year's transfer deadline day? I have not been following that close enough at all to give you a good answer. Sorry. Peter72699. How do I know when to go get my body down or when to stay on my feet in a one-on-one? That's a good question. It also comes down to, is the striker chasing the ball or is the ball in his possession? If the striker's chasing the ball and you can beat them to the ball, that's when you go to the ground first and you try to snatch it away from them. If the ball is in the striker's possession and he can take a quick shot at any moment, that's when you have to stay on your feet and not let him bring you down. BBG wannabe 123. That's rhymes, but let's look at. You want to just work on squats, lots of squats. Hold the position, hold it and lunges, squats and lunges. Do a lot of those. You're gonna get those legs and knees stronger. You're gonna have to get them a lot stronger. Hilder Sigurbig, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. I'm going to call you Hill. Hill, your team is very good and they play on the other side. This is something that happens a lot to good goalkeepers that get stuck on good teams. Main thing, I like to choke up on my field a lot. I like to be very close to my sweeper so that my sweeper can turn back and pass me in and play me in. The other thing is I talk a lot. I communicate everything I see. Even if my striker sees it, even if my defender sees it, I say it. So if someone's going to get marked and someone just gets past the ball and I see someone coming up, I am from the back going to yell, man on, even though I'm nowhere near that play. That's going to keep me in the game, and it's just going to keep the team remembering where I am so they can and make me a good pass. Have you ever played on concrete before? It hurts so much if you dive. Yes, a few places in Colombia were all concrete. It sucked. I stopped playing there. Anything to do indoors in your spare time? Watch soccer games. Watch goalkeeper training. Watching goalkeeper training and watching goalkeepers that you like will help you a lot. Just watch their leg work and everything. Atrix, okay. Thank you for explaining it a little bit more. Let's see. You want to watch the ball and use the ground and the ball as your third hand, or the ground as your third hand. So I want to get one soccer ball behind the ball and another soccer ball right on top of it and push the ball down so it stays on the ground, and you use the ground as like a wall that you can just trap the soccer ball. You want to trap the soccer ball up against the ground. Hugo Silifant, you're making me so emotional. Please read this out. Are you going to get the West Coast Fusion Evo? Yes, I am. I have talked to West Coast GK, and they're going to send them over. Ali, have you ever played for a professional team? I've answered this, but no, I have not. I would love to, but I've got a lot to improve upon to get there. Jack Whittles, Nike GK Confidence. The issue with the confidence is that it will tear quickly. It is contact latex, and contact latex is not known for its durability. I don't go finger saves, by the way. I personally hate finger saves, but I do try them out for most gloves. It's just for the confidence, try not to palm the ground as much, and try when you're getting up to use your fists to get up, or your knuckles. What's the best way to clean your gloves? By Jenna Brandt. Just hot water and rubbing it in with your thumbs. If you have some glove wash, use glove wash. But hot water and rubbing your thumbs into the latex will be fine. How do you tell your parents that you want to be a goalkeeper and not a field player? Comes down to how your parents are. My parents really didn't care whether or not I played soccer. They just I said, hey, I needed to do this, and then they just helped me out with that. But you just say, I really like to be goalkeeper, and just start asking to get training for goalkeeper that you like it. 11 Cakes 11, I have heard of goal tee gloves. Every time I go on my knee, it hurts because we go in dirt fields. It's a good idea to wear a brace of some sort or some longer pants. What gloves do you recommend? That's pretty good. West Coast GK. Ali, how old am I? 22 years old. What team do I support? I support all good soccer playing teams. Tips on playing in the rain: never let the ball bounce. Don't watch it. Never let the ball bounce because the ball is always going to skip. Get it right before it bounces. My thoughts on David De Gea: he's going to be the next Spanish #1, and he's got a very, very bright future ahead of him. That Mexican kid: how long will you be a coach for South Orlando? And a great win today at Disney. Were you there? Because that would be cool. I'm going to be working with this team that just won the Disney Showcase qualifications as long as I can. I think these boys are going very far. Also, I think my goalkeeper is a top-notch goalkeeper for his age. I have a lot to work on him with him, but I'm very sure I can send him very far in the goalkeeping world. I want to work with everybody, so I have goalkeepers that have played in Orlando City Soccer. I have goalkeepers that have played on Orlando Rush, and they all come to me to train during the camp sessions. So I really don't care where you're coming from, as long as you're looking to improve on goalkeeping, because the better the goalkeepers are, the better the soccer gets around here. Troy Chu, are you cool? Yeah, you're definitely cool. 11 Cakes, what are you like? Are you Mexican or what? No, I am born in the USA, but my family is all from Colombia. I'm the only one born in the USA. Can I be in the Q&A? Yes, Enrique, you're in the Q&A. I can't pass and shoot really good. Do you have any tips? Practice, man. Go out and practice with your field players. I was never good at shooting, and I still need to work on my shooting, but it all comes with practice. Sooner or later, it's just going to unlock in your head. Did I save my first penalty? No. It was probably my third or fourth shot that actually came in with a save. Daniel, I have been looking at doing translations in Spanish, like written translations, because otra vez mi español es muy gringo y tengo muchos errores de gramática y tengo muchos errores cuando empiezo a hablar y a veces se me va la paloma y no puedo recordar ahí ves que no puedo recordar los palabras o hablar correcto. I'm the starter goalkeeper for how long? I'm the starter goalkeeper for my high school team and don't have a pair of training gloves. What is your best recommendation for practice gloves? Any gloves that have Giga Grip latex. Giga Grip latex is the workhorse latex. It always lasts long, and it's chemically treated to work even better when they start to tear. Do you use a glove cleaner? Yes, because West Coast sent me a bunch of glove cleaner, and you hardly have to use any, so it lasts a really long time. Doreen, I have used Roosh gloves. I think they're great gloves. They're just a little too expensive for my taste. The Filio, if I had to choose, would I play for the Colombian national team or USA? USA all the way. I grew up in the USA. My coaches have all been international coaches. My first few coaches were from Tunisia. My other coaches were from Germany. And that's one of the main things that makes the USA, the fact that we have so many people from so many different walks of life coming together. I think that's what makes us great. And although I love Colombia, I go to Colombia once to twice every year. My soccer and everything that I was taught is all American soccer, and it's all been, oh, well, not mostly American soccer. It's been a mix of Jamaican, island soccer, Costa Rican, Colombian to German, a little bit of everything, and that's something that's innately American, I'd say. So I would, if I could go, I'd go all the way to the USA. Ivan Stepanovich, I can't. I actually just donated all my gloves. I have these two pairs for giveaway. Make sure you leave your glove size, and we'll see if you can win the giveaway. Ali, if you wash your gloves, how long will it take to dry? It counts on how wet you get the gloves, but it normally takes me 12 to 14 hours. I leave them overnight pretty much in a towel. Oh my God, you guys are asking a lot of questions. All right, how can I be confident on the high balls and not panic when I do come out and catch them? Focus on the soccer ball. When you are coming out, be loud, be scary, and just keep your eyes on the soccer ball. Don't take your eyes off of it. Just focus on the ball. Free kicking keeper. I kind of want to change from GK to winger. I don't know why, but I'm starting to like it more because I can't play right now due to injury, but I could never see myself quitting GK. Play what you got to play, man. If you find out that you like winger more, if you need it to be done, I mean, just do it. I always like to be around the game. If you can't play goalkeeper, then just stay around the game. Should I get the Umbro 2 Neo Pro 2 shotguns or the Neo Adidas Predator Pro Zones? I really like the Pro Zones. I don't know anything about Umbro gloves. I haven't used a pair of Umbro gloves in years. Favorite pair of goalkeeping gloves from Cole is West Coast GK. Jack, I have won a penalty shootout in, but it wasn't by saves. It was actually they missed, so it wasn't anything special. Jose Garcia's thoughts on Casillas? I love him. I hope he gets back into top-notch form. I think Renat goalkeeper gloves do have great prices. I have not used Renat ever. I've tried getting in contact with them. It's a lot harder to get in contact with them. If any of you guys know anyone that works at Renat, please send them a message for me. HX Hernandez, I love Ochoa. I think he's a great goalkeeper. I thought he was a great goalkeeper ever since I saw him back in 2006. What do I think about Chicharito Hernandez being a new member to Real Madrid? I honestly don't know what that purchase was. I don't know why Madrid is getting so many huge strikers. I think they also got Falcao and they just got James. Honestly, I don't know much because I'm not the coach of them. I'm very excited to see how they're going to do, especially with the two Colombians up top. Neil Murph, 99, 14 years old, brought into a U18 development squad. Good work. Congratulations. Keep on doing whatever you're doing because there's a reason they brought you in there. At first, you're not going to feel that comfortable. Don't worry about it. Don't let them take advantage of you. Stand up and be strong and stand your ground, all right? And you'll be fine. Blake, yes, I am Colombian. The best way to learn how to handle the ball when doing high dives, check out my diving technique video. It's the newest one. That should probably be the best way. Oh. Yes, I do say Colombia a lot, and I am from Colombia. And it's because a lot of people are asking me about it. 7-7 Dudette. Is it possible to overtrain? Yes, it is totally possible to overtrain. You got to watch that. It's a very big issue. Also, make sure to take your rest days. If you're starting to feel something get very tight, give yourself a break. Make sure to rest at least a week once you start getting tight and really start getting injured. You don't want to get any big injuries. Quinton Henry, how far should you go out on your 6-yard box on a corner kick? 2 steps off of your line and then 3 steps away from your back post. ASDF, blah, 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 blah. Trouble diving, check out my diving video. Hector Gutierrez, I always try to review or not. I've been sending them emails weekly, but they have not answered or not seen them. If you guys want to try tweeting out to them, telling them to send me over a pair of gloves, but I'll keep on trying to get together with Renat. Most red cards gotten. I've gotten a red card in a game once or twice. One for a fight that I wasn't involved in, but I pulled my player off and everyone got a red card. And then another one for sedition or arguing with the referee. Not something I'm proud of. Red cards aren't anything to be proud of. Matt Barron, would you have a subscriber meetup for your fans in Central Florida? Yeah, totally. If I honestly like, it's almost crazy that there's people asking me questions because I don't believe it to some level. If people want to meet me, people can happily meet me. I would love to do it. Give me 1 second, guys. Just trying to catch up to everybody. Navas or Casillas? Right now, Navas is the better goalkeeper by a long shot, but I love Casillas, and I think Casillas has more than earned his position as the number one, and he's one of Madrid's only house homegrown players. I mean, Casillas was grown in in Madrid, so I think it would be best for Madrid to show that their homegrown player is still playing top-notch soccer. Jake, how do I stop people from remembering one bad game that I had? Make a better game the next time. Best glove I've ever used and why? So far, it's been the Viper Recon by West Coast GK. I love the fit, love the cut, and I love Supreme Cut so much. I love the Supreme Cut latex. It's so good. Would I recommend a new goalkeeper to buy Adidas Predator roll finger goalkeeper gloves? I'd recommend them to get whatever they thought felt nice and looked good on their hands. Nelson, I do not tape my wrists, and I have not taped them. How many gloves do I go through a season? If it was before I had this sponsorship and I had all these gloves sent to me, it'd be about 2 to 3 gloves a season. One pair, about 2 pairs of game gloves I'd go through, and then 1 pair of practice gloves. How do you stop the ball bobbling when you catch it? Strong hands. You got to work on hand strength. ASD, is it good I use my legs and feet to save more than my hands? No, absolutely not. In training, I would be making you do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups for doing a lot of saves with your hands. Without your hands, I'm sorry, with your legs. You need to save with your hands because you're the only player that can use their hands. I have not tried any gloves from the Brave brand, Ray. How far should I go out for a corner kick or punch by Quinton Henry? Quinton, I want you 2 feet off of your goal line and 3 feet, 3 big steps away from your post, back post. I did have a fear of diving, Scott. The main thing I used to get over it is diving for a ball that wasn't moving. That once I was able to dive for that ball, I thought that wasn't moving. I thought if I can dive for a ball that isn't moving, I can dive for a ball that's moving. Jack Falcao was at United. I had no idea. I thought he was going to Madrid. Donald, who do you think is better, Mignolet, Joe Hart, or Chesney? Right now, Mignolet has been a great goalkeeper. Hart is very on and off. I really like Hart, but I don't know if the tabloids get to him really hard, but they get in his head. And Chesney has been a very resolute, just very good, well-performing keeper. But Mignolet always does very well. He only had one big mistake. I think it was him that had the mistake in the World Cup, but he came back from it fine. I've not heard of Custos GK, free kicking keeper. I do not know if West Coast sends to PO boxes in USA, but probably. Favorite team? I like all good soccer playing teams, but it's probably Dortmund or Bayern or Barcelona. Favorite practice glove? Any glove with Giga Grip latex, Adam. Opinion on Manchester United's performance? No, I don't really care for Manchester United. They're not playing too well, and I think it's just going to take them a little bit of time. They got a new coach, and the coach has also said it's going to take them some time. The best diving training would be some of the training drills that you saw. I really like the diamond drill. It's one of my favorite drills to practice diving. Stud type do I use? I use the normal stud type, but I do really like blades. My favorite cleats were actually the Addy Pure 3s, and that was a blade type. If I can get any cleat like that, I'll be the happiest keeper in the world. Kilder, yes, I do have a girlfriend. Yes, I have gotten a cramp during a game, and a goal came out almost exactly after that. I actually have a video of it. It's one of the videos that I uploaded lately, Hazard Sniper. Yes, the polyp fan. The standard will be set by Manuel Neuer. I think he's already set it as sweeper keeper. You're going to see a lot of goalkeepers being able to distribute just as good as he can and play infield just as good as he can. Jose, I already answered my most embarrassing goal on me, but it was my high school game. It was a homecoming game. They shot it. I called the ball away. It dipped down and hit my head and went into the goal. Rodri Williams, there's your shout out. And how I save shots from nearby, I keep my eyes on them and I try to close down the angle as much as possible. Thank you from England, Deereen. Thank you very much. Jose Garcia, Willie Caballero starting at Man City. It would definitely give a kick in the nads to Joe Hart, which I think he needs. He needs some good competition. Have you ever been carded in a game? Often. I used to yell at the refs a lot. It's something I need to work on and still work on. How does a defender gain a goalkeeper's trust that he doesn't know? That's a great question. For me, I tell the goalkeeper that he did a good job when he did a good job. Tell him that it wasn't his fault when it wasn't his fault, and let him know when it was his fault. That would get me to really like a defender right away. I don't use any finger saves page in any of my gloves whenever I can. Snick Boy, I am trying to get an All Sport glove, but we need to see what they are looking to do. What's your opinion of Memo Ochoa? I loved him. I think he's a great shot stopper ever since I saw him play in the 2006 World Cup. Hazard Sniper, I am in the works for doing that. I'm working in between my brother's wedding, which is happening soon. So that's why I've been not uploading as much. I just came back from a bachelor party in Louisiana, so I'm trying to find a good mix between the two. Once I get back and once everything settles back down, I should be uploading a lot more often. I'm trying to get to one video a day or at least 3 to 4 videos a week. And that would definitely be one of them. The best Giga Grip latex glove, I really like the Gometa Blackouts. I love the cut, I love the style. The only thing that I didn't like was the wrist strap. Adam, yeah. Payam, I don't know what you said. DK, ooh, whole lot of questions just came in. Give me a Liam, the first thing is just making sure you can do it. Just start doing it. Stop telling yourself, stop caring what your friends think. Just jump after the ball. If you need to, say jump, yell jump, but you need to jump after the soccer ball. If you're doing it in the game and you're not doing it with your friends, it's just a mental block. Jack Wire, how long can I throw the ball? I can throw it about 60 plus yards if I got a good run up on it. DK, if you're in bad form, what can you do to become better? Run, squats, and just practice in goal. Take shot after shot. If you have a camera, tape yourself, watch what you're doing wrong, and then watch another goalkeeper that's doing it correctly. Legit, I am legit 92. What do I think about Victor Valdez? I always thought he was the weakest link on Barcelona. I think he's a great goalkeeper, but he could be a lot better. He played a great final season. I don't know what's going to end up happening with him. I think PSG, like I don't know if it was PSG. I don't know where he was ending up going that canceled his contract, but I hope him the best. I think he's a great goalkeeper, but maybe not good enough to play for Barca. What do I think about Bosnia as a team? Bosnia always does very well. They have an amazing touch. I think that's something that's characterized by the Eastern Europeans, how good of their touch off the air. I love watching Russia and teams like Bosnia play because when you see the ball in the air, you'll see how well they drop it with the tip of their toes and control it. Low the drummer. This is a really good question. When the forwards are close to the box and the defenders are blocking your view, do you tend to step to the side to see the ball, or do you try to look under his legs? I actually keep my keeper ready position, and I try leaning to a side. I try to keep my keeper ready position, or I say that you're blocking me, and I try to get my defenders out of the way because I don't want a defender in front of me. Because if he's going to try to block that ball coming in, and he doesn't, it's going to ricochet into a goal, and it's going to be a reaction save that I'm probably not going to be able to do. So I tell my defenders, move out of the way, you're blocking me, you're screening me, and I also lean to the side. I always try to keep my eye on the ball. It's very good that you're noticing that you have to keep your eye on the ball. Polyp fan, what do I think about competition on goalkeeping position? I think that that's huge for goalkeeping. All goalkeepers need competition. Courtois or Czech? I've answered this question earlier, but I do believe it's Courtois. Jake, it's really nice to read this comment. Thank you so much for leaving it. Blake, I just answered what do I do if I can't see the ball because the players block you. Great question. Jack, coaching is not a full-time job yet. I would love it to be. It's just a part-time job that I'm trying to make it into a more serious thing. Who do I think is better, Manuel Neuer or Ter Stegen? Definitely Manuel Neuer. All right, guys, this is going to be my last batch of questions. It's been a little longer than I planned it to be, but I'm really happy that you guys decided to take the time to take all of these questions. I can't believe that you guys are here. Thank you so much, guys. Peter, am I going to try out any other One Glove gloves? Yes, I hope they will be sending me some new gloves soon. Again, it's all decided by the goalkeeping companies. If you guys have goalkeeping brands that you want me to review, the best thing for you to do is actually ask them to get in contact with me, because I will take any pair of gloves to review. I promise you I will review any good pair of gloves that you guys can send them over. Just ask the goalkeeping company, hey, I want to buy your gloves, but I want to see them reviewed first. That will help me out a bunch, because I try to reach out to a lot of these guys, but they don't know who I am, or they don't really care for reviews or so on. Best keeper in the MLS? Great question. I think it's Nick Raimondo. I was 16 years old when I started goalkeeping. Weir. Okay, sorry, Jack. Sorry, Jack Weir. Any inspirational words for a goalkeeper before a match? Yeah, man, take a breath, step forward, fly. That's why I like it so much. That's all you need to remember. Take a big breath, keep your eye on the soccer ball, step towards it, and take off. Just make your saves and just go forward. The gloves that I'm using for practice at the moment are the KLA Trust 2s. Awesome Giga Grip pair of gloves. I should be out with the review in the next few days. My favorite latex for training and overall is going to be Giga Grip. I love Giga Grip latex, and that's pretty much it. I love Giga Grip latex gloves. Alex Hernandez, saving balls that have a big dip. Make sure you tip it over the post by using your top hand. You always want to make sure that you have a strong top hand. All right, guys, those were all of the questions. I hope I answered all of them to the best of my ability and that I can help you guys. I know I did miss some of them. I'm sorry if I have. If you have any other questions, leave comments. I'm just going to end this up now. And the guys, thank you so much for coming in, checking out the review. Thank you for subscribing and watching all the videos. Make sure to check back in, because I will be uploading my game today for my U15 team that did win the finals. It went down to penalties, and I got all the penalties taped. It's a really intense game, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. So, guys, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again really soon.